Now, you know, we've got 3,000 extra people who wanted to come in and they couldn't make it in because we wanted to get started now. But there are thousands and thousands of people all across this state who are excited about tomorrow and voting for Donald J. Trump to save this state and to save this country. Now, before we get started here in just a moment, I'd like to talk to you for a second about the favorite United States Senator of Goldman Sachs. Do you know who that is? Yes, Goldman Sachs loves Ted Cruz. Now, one of the biggest issues facing this state and the lives of every single person out here today is the issue of trade and manufacturing. How many people here think manufacturing is critical for the future of this state? Raise your hands. If Ted Cruz were to become president of this country, he would crush Wisconsin's middle class and send every single last manufacturing job overseas. Will you let that happen? In 2015, Barack Obama came to the United States Senate with a request. He said, please, 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 please help me pass my trade bill. And you know who said, yes, sir, I'll help you? Ted Cruz. Nobody has fought harder for Barack Obama's offshoring agenda than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz supports the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which will crush the soul of the middle class of this state, and we won't let it happen. When we tried to stop China and stop its currency manipulation, Ted Cruz opposed us. Ted Cruz voted with China. Can you support someone who sides with China over America? No! Or will you support someone like Donald Trump who believes in jobs and wages for Americans first? That is the issue that will be decided tomorrow, whether we put America first or whether we put Ted Cruz's donors first. When we fought against Barack Obama's immigration bill, it was Ted Cruz who pushed to double the number of Muslim migrants coming into this country. No security, no screening. He didn't care whether it damaged our communities or threatened us with terrorism like we've seen in Belgium, because Ted Cruz is an extremist and a radical, and he is too extreme for the state of Wisconsin. That's right. One final thing before I leave you today. There's been some people in Washington, D.C., rich lobbyists and consultants and the special interests, who moan and weep and cry and complain because they don't like Mr. Trump's tone. They think he's too tough on crime. They think he's too tough on illegal immigration. They think he's too tough on offshoring. Well, let me ask all of you a question. Did those special interests, did they ever weep when your factory closed? No. Did they shed a tear when you or someone you cared about lost a job? No. Did they cry when Americans like Kate Steinle were killed by illegal immigrants? No. Because they don't care about you. But you know who does care about you? Donald Trump cares about you. Donald Trump cares about each and every one of you, and he will fight for you, and he will never stop fighting. This election is a referendum on 40 years of failed leadership. A vote for Ted Cruz is a vote for 40 more years of failure. It is a vote to send every last job you have in this state in trade overseas, and it is a vote to keep our border open. And you will not let that happen, will you? Will you seize tomorrow, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Will you seize this once-in-a-lifetime chance to save your country? Will you vote for a man who will put jobs and wages for Wisconsin first?